Hello and welcome to another live special, a live edition of the Fremontian. That is right, this is our second live show. Do not worry, all mistakes have been planned, so any mistakes are done accidentally on purpose? Anyway, it is finally Friday, 3 weeks of school left. Let's start the show. In this week's episode, our Fremontian Global Team interviewed Sigma's Miss Rodriguez. She is an English teacher at Sigma. We sent Lucy for the story. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Lucy and I am part of Fremontian Global. This week we interview Ms. Rodriguez, our Sigma English teacher. Let's see what she has to say.
My name is Ms. Rodriguez. I teach English. This is my first full year at Fremont High School. Some things that I like to do, I really like to read, I really like to write, and it's part of the reason why I became an English teacher. One of the challenges I face in the classroom, trying to get students to be interested in the content. I know sometimes it could be difficult to get into what we're learning in English class. So I try to pick stories that are entertaining and fun to read, but that's one of the challenges. Advice for all students is to try their best, even if something is difficult, to never give up and keep trying at it, and one day you'll overcome whatever challenge you're facing. I motivate students by the same thing, telling them not to give up. Even sometimes what we do in class is difficult, but I try to motivate my students by telling them to try your best and keep trying even if it's difficult.
As we can see, Ms. Rodriguez, she's a new English teacher and she likes to read books. Stay tuned for the next episode. We will interview Ms. Torres.
In 3 weeks, our seniors will graduate. We want to encourage them as they fulfill their dreams in the future. Let's get the scoop with polls and fun facts.
Welcome to Fremontian number 7. Seniors, you have about 3 weeks left of high school, which can be either very exciting or very scary. We want you all to be prepared for the real world and have all the assets you need to be successful. We went around campus to ask teachers if they have one piece of advice for our seniors as they prepare to leave high school and enter their adult life.
Okay, one piece of advice that I would give everyone is that life is not a straight line. It's going to be turns going forward, going backwards, and it's going to be looping everywhere, right? So again, life is not a straight line. There's always going to be bumps on the road. There's going to be hurdles that you won't be able to go over, so you have to go around. But if you persevere, then eventually you'll get there.
My advice to you will be become financially literate as soon as possible and start investing young. When you start young, you will not regret it.
Is to always remember to do things that you want to do. You'll never regret the things you do. You'll always regret the things you never do.
It's a plan, right? It's a plan because if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And our planning will really cover literally everything that you need to do in life moving forward. Planning for college, planning for where you're going to stay in college, planning for your food, for your transportation, planning for everything involved with being able to live through college, and research. So part of planning is research. So be sure to do both, planning and research.
A huge thank you to all our teachers who participated. We hope you all took something from our segment this week. Seniors, we know that you are all ready and prepared for any obstacles that may come your way. Good luck.
Today, Community Clicks took on a serious story. In 2003, tragedy struck Fremont High School. For more on this, let's check out their story. What is going, everyone? So today's topic is a little bit more serious than our usual topics. And for context, basically in 2003 in February, tragic incident occurred in which a 10-year-old boy lost his life in the Fremont pool. And for today's video, we're going to be talking to teachers and students at the time about their experiences, what they heard, and like how they felt. So yeah, let's get into it.
Hi, my name is Ms. Barajas, and I am the Title I coordinator and EL designee here at Fremont.
My name is Mr. Swanson. I'm the math coach here. I'm also in charge of all testing here at Fremont.
My name is Walter Lopez. I'm a social studies teacher and a PE teacher here at Fremont High.
Where were you when it happened?
So during that time, I was in the 10th grade, and I remember I had PE period 1, and during that time I had pool period 1. So we were scheduled to go into the pool, but that morning it was weird. We walked back there, but we couldn't go inside the building, and we were told to stay like towards the football field area. We didn't change, we didn't do PE, and yeah, it was strange.
That was in 2003. I was in my first year of teaching. That was my first year, so I was teaching Algebra 1 to 9th grade students, and I was a B-track teacher, so I was on the second floor was where my classroom was right then. And I remember I had first period conference, and I remember students coming in and talking to me about it during second period.
How did you find out? Like, did someone tell you, or?
So we were told that there was an incident that they were investigating, but that's all we were told. And then I think through either the teacher or other students, we heard of what happened, which was that a young boy had drowned in the pool over the weekend. And this was Monday morning, period 1.
What was your reaction to like getting the news?
It was scary. I was in shock, but also it was sad, just because, you know, he was really young, and I couldn't understand like how that could happen. Why was he there by himself, and was he there alone? Like, where were the other kids? Where were his parents? What were they thinking?
Shocked that it had happened. Like, I didn't break down in tears or anything, but it was shocking to me, especially as a first year teacher, because that was my first year teaching, and I'm like, wow, that sort of thing, that I wasn't prepared for it to happen. But I also tried to just talk the kids through it, see if they wanted to express any of their feelings about it as well. Before my classes started that day, I just kind of brought it up just to see if they wanted to talk about it. But that was it. But my reaction personally was of shock.
I felt bad for the kids that were in there in that time, and they had to see it. So, you know, everybody, all the faculty and, you know, the people in the school were all upset and sad about the situation.
Last week we showed you part 1 of Fremont's paranormal activities. Today, the variety team brings you the second and final segment. Anyways, today the variety team brings you the second and final segment of this fascinating story. Roll the tape.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Fremont team. This is part 2 of the paranormal activity at Fremont.
Basement of this auditorium, Ms. Bras and I were brought into the basement by an old administrator just to show us what it looked like. And so we walk in, and it looks like an old basement. There's like a random chair sitting in the corner. It's like dirt floor. Yeah, it's definitely scary. So I turn around at one point and I look at the stairs that we had just walked down, and there's a person standing at the top of the stairs, but from here up you couldn't see. You could only see from here down because of the way the stairs and the entrance were. So I think it's the assistant principal. And so I look over, I see him there, I'm thinking he's gonna come join us, but he didn't. He walks away. So we do our little tour, and then I come back up and I go to that administrator and I say, hey, I saw you at the top of the stairs. Why didn't you come down? And he said, I wasn't at the top of the stairs. I've been in the auditorium the whole time. And I also realized that he wasn't wearing the short sleeve dress shirt that I thought he was wearing long sleeves. And so I look around, we had come up very quickly after that. I look around, there's no one dressed like that. There's no one that fits the description of the person that was standing at the top of the stairs. And if you look in like the 1940s and the 1950s yearbooks, there are a lot of people that are dressed with those short sleeve dress shirts and the dress pants. So yeah, pretty scary stuff.
When they were remodeling the school, right? This whole building was closed down. And they had a night person staying here because they had all these machines on campus. One of the night people told us, and he told a whole group of us, that he saw this white, like shadow kind of a thing at night walking through the middle of campus. And that he was like, I'm not going out from my little trailer that he had.
All right, there was this one time last year, back when the students were coming back to the school after the pandemic. I was at the auditorium bathrooms. At the time, I was opening and closing them for students that had hall passes. I let in 2 girls into the bathroom. After a few seconds, they both ran out, all freaked out. Turned out, according to one of the girls, she said that she said hello in the bathroom, and then something answered hello back. She swore that her friend wasn't the one that said it, and her friend said she didn't say hello. That's why they ran out all freaked out from the bathroom.
So right here when I was coming in the morning, I started at 5 in the morning. So as I coming up and doing the alarm, I hear. So it made me stop before I entered into the hallway. So as I stopped and creeped out and looked, you don't see nothing, all you hear is, and next you know you hear the door try to open. But you know me, I had to go check, but I was like, I kind of scared, I don't want to, but. So I ended up walking and I didn't see nothing. So as I left, I came back inside. The lights was on, a couple doors was open, and there was nobody in there. And I asked Navarro to go to the camera and we didn't see nothing, you just see the door open.
We had actual video footage and more stories to tell, but because of school policy, we couldn't show anything. Based on these stories, do you think Gracie? What? What do you mean? Put the camera.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Sports, Sports, Sports!
Sports, Sports, Sports!
Mr. Producer, hit it.
On Saturday, May 14, our Fremont varsity volleyball team season came to an end as they had a very hard game against Mendez High School. But we're proud of our volleyball team because they tried their best and we wish them the best of luck next year. On Monday, May 16, our Fremont varsity softball team had a really difficult game against Santee High School. The softball team was not able to make a comeback, but we wish them luck in their next game.
Tuesday, May 17, our Fremont baseball varsity team defeated Vaughn High School 6-4 in the second game of the playoffs in a very competitive game. Our Pathfinder jumped out to an early 2-0 lead in the first inning thanks to a 2-run single by Anthony Bulgarin. Vaughn took a 3-2 lead in the late 5th inning only for our Pathfinders to respond with 4 runs in the 6 on hits by Anthony, Nicholas Alejandro, and Jose Felix. Jose Felix led the team with another great pitching performance. Nice job, team. Keep up the good work.
All right. Our media team is producing.
It's okay, we're live.
Anyways, our media team is producing a podcast on the history of our great school, Fremont. The podcast will be a 10-part series that covers the history of Fremont High School from 1924 to its 100-year anniversary in 2024. Here's just a little bit of what we learned so far. For our Spotlight Report, we are highlighting our very own Fremont principal, Principal Esquivel. Here she joins us live. Hi, Miss Esquivel.
Hi, Adrian. How are you?
Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure.
How long have you been the principal here at Fremont?
I have been the proud principal of Fremont High School for 3 years.
How long have you been in the position of being a principal?
A total of 6 years as a secondary principal.
What are your responsibilities as principal?
There are way too many responsibilities, but the main responsibility, first and foremost, is making sure that students find their calling, they find their college and career path.
What is your main priority as principal?
My main priority is students finding their voice, finding themselves, being safe, and above all, being happy, well-rounded individuals.
What is your What is your plan for Latinx students to succeed?
That question speaks dear to my heart because I identify myself as a proud Chicana. I hope that you see yourself in me because we do have 90% Latinx students here enrolled at Fremont. So my plan is for all students, especially my Latinx students and my African American students, to graduate college and career ready. Believe it or not, this year I took it upon myself to take a class where I focused on the Latinx educational pipeline. I have the support of the magnet coordinator, Ms. Rodriguez. She's very techie, by the way, who helped me put an iMovie together where I discovered that we have not improved people. Raza, we're still behind. Believe it or not, there's too many of us not graduating, not going off to college, not getting a BA, BS, and not getting a master's. And lo and behold, not even a whole Latinx gets a PhD. If you look at it and if you desegregate the data by gender, Latinas are doing a lot better than Latinos. I do have concerns. So students, take opportunities serious. You only get to do high school once in your lifetime. I remember my senior year, and trust me, if I had that opportunity to redo it, I would have done a lot different. I did get to go to UC Santa Barbara, but I was shooting for Stanford. I was setting my eyes on Stanford. Fortunately, well, I chose bad choices. This is why I understand so dearly with some of our students. I went to UC Santa Barbara, but I do not regret it. Santa Barbara is one of the prettiest, the best UC because it's right there on the beach. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So my message to you, do the right thing. Only get one chance, one opportunity to do high school. Do it right.
So, what are the challenges that you see with inner city education?
There's a lot of external factors that plague into educational experience of our students. The safety, the fact that a lot of our students are dealing with a lot of social emotional support, the responsibilities that our students have, especially our newcomers, the fact that they have to provide financially to their household, that they have to look after the students. There's a lot of challenges, but I don't have enough time in this piece to go over it. So trust me, this is my Fremont pride. I believe we need to offer more of a whole child concept. This is why I invested so much in providing solid counselors, plenty of support staff for students to feel that Fremont is a safe place. This is your community school. This is where I need you to come and tell me what you need. Because trust me, we all have a story to tell. We all have struggles in our journey. You are not alone, students. I'm much older than a lot of you. And trust me, this pandemic has scarred me. And it has changed my lifestyle. I can only imagine what impact it had in your household. So this is why I'm well aware of the external challenges. But this will make you stronger students. This will give you an opportunity to value Fremont. Fremont is one of the prettiest high schools in all of LAUSD. I was amazed as I was outside looking at this presentation, at this beautiful, beautiful live YouTube. The trees, the quad, the historic building. Take pride. This is your school. It is not my school. It is your school.
Any message that you would like to share with our Pathfinders?
Pathfinders, I think I've echoed these sentiments. Please do what is right. Remember, we just finished our WASC accreditation. It went really well. So I thank you, Pathfinders. Remember to always find a path or make one. They really internalize that school motto. If you are not making a path here, you need to find one. You are those pathfinders, those seekers. You are achievers. You are doers. Be proud of where you come from. Be proud of being a pathfinder, of being a product of LAUSD. I am a product of LAUSD. My 2 children are products of LAUSD. I believe in public education, and I believe in you.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. And if no one told you today that they love you, know that Fremont and Principal Esquivel loves you.
We appreciate all that you do for us as principal, Miss.
Thank you, Adrian. And I miss that you are not wearing a hat today. Thank you, guys.
Miss. This has been the Fremontian Live. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell for notifications down below for every time we post a new video. Remember, here at the mall, we find a path or make one. Happy Friday. Adrian, out.